Come to Helmuth Ford, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Hi, this is Stacy from Shuttler Insurance Services. Come see me on the east side of the square in Sigourney for all your insurance needs.
Join State Representative Helena Hayes, along with Republican leaders from the Iowa legislature and community leaders from across the state of Iowa, tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. at Debbie's Celebration Barn in Oskaloosa. Doors open at 5:30, and the event begins at 6. There'll be music, appetizers, and a cash bar, and you'll be able to hear more about Zach Lane's Iowa First Vision for Iowa's future as he runs for governor. It's a free event tonight at Debbie's Celebration Barn, 2162 21st Avenue West in Oskaloosa.
I'm Helena Hayes, and I approve this message.
Lace up your running shoes and join the community for the Jace Race 2026 on Saturday, June 6th at North Mahaska Junior Senior High School. The 5K walk and run begins at 8 a.m. and honors the memory of Jace Carrico while bringing the community together for a fun-filled morning. Registration is open now. Just scan the QR code on the event flyer or visit the North Mahaska Education Foundation Facebook page for details. Come run, walk, remember, and enjoy New Sharon Spring Festival activities afterward. The Jace Race 2026, Saturday, June 6th at North Mahaska High School. Be part of something meaningful. Bam! There we go. Time for some real talk. Steve Shuttler Media, Facebook and YouTube, sponsored by New Life Community Church in Wellman. I thought maybe you were stuck there, and we had to call a chiropractor or something.
I am not Uncle Sam, but I do want you for New Life Community Church in Wellman, Iowa. We're your friendly downtown church at 257 8th Avenue, or you can access the church building on Sunday morning from the 9th Avenue City parking lot.
We got the cool 9th Avenue people.
Yeah, we got options. I like options. I like to give people options, as many options as possible. You could not parachute into the church though. Like we do not have roof access where you could parachute onto the.
It's not like a dome stadium that comes apart.
No retractable ceiling yet.
Dang it.
Yet.
Yeah.
Maybe if one of our kind listeners has several $1 million to donate to us.
It's going to be a special second offering.
Yeah.
For the retractable roof.
For the retractable roof. Yep. Yeah, which will also be covered with grass, so that it's very green.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so people can find us on Facebook as well. I think Steve, you always post a tag to us, and I know a lot of people like to check churches out on Facebook before they show up in person. So we live stream every Sunday morning, and then I think it's on our Facebook page for a couple of days. Facebook eventually
with live videos, it goes away after a month.
After a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You would know.
Yes.
Oh, thou who art the most highly trained broadcast specialist.
Yes.
Yeah. Doing the deal with your own Facebook show and everything. So Steve knows. I
know a little bit. I know enough to be dangerous.
Ooh. Danger. All right. So our question today on Real Talk, and hopefully we're going to get real about this. First question. Steve, I pose this question to you. What do we not have enough of?
Pizza?
Most people go with time, but apparently Steve is not concerned about the hourworth of time slowly ticking
Just give me
away.
pizza.
He's not worried about the amount of life left to live. He's worried about the amount of pizza left in that life.
Yes. How much pizza can I consume?
Yeah, that is a refreshingly
with the time
different.
remaining.
Everybody else that I've asked so far is like time. Oh, I don't have enough time. You're not worried about time. You're worried about pizza. Hey, I like it.
Yes.
I think I personally probably worry about time. I started to think about this and get kind of convicted. I'm a watch wearing guy. I've worn a watch, I have a Timex Ironman triathlon watch. I've been wearing Timex Ironman triathlon watches since I was 14 years old.
Did you have the cool one that had like the orange little Iron Man thing on it, like way back when at the very beginning?
Yeah. I think it was kind of orange, and then it was yellow, and now it's just white. But I've been an Ironman triathlon watch guy, and after 20-ish seasons of track and 20 seasons of cross country, I use watches. I'm almost obsessed with timing things. Like one time we were up at Lost Island Water Park up by Waterloo, right? And our youngest daughter was small enough that she was afraid to do anything other than play in the little kiddie pool.
Okay.
Which is super lame. She got better. She was like 4 or 5 when we took her there for the first time. And the first thing we did is we got the whole family on one of the big giant inner tubes. And she was like really excited. Because we were all excited, and the youngest kid always catches the enthusiasm, right? So they put the whole family in this inner tube, and then they push us, and you go through this sheet of water that's falling down, and it's cold, and it takes your breath, right? And as soon as you get through that sheet of water, you just drop into the darkness. And she goes from, oh, boy, to just hysterical screaming, I do not like this. I want to get off. Make it stop. And we're like, this is a little bit like life, honey. Like, just the ride has started, and you ain't getting off, whether you like it or not. So that was her last ride of the day. And, of course, the other kids want to stay around for 12 hours, so we took shifts watching her play in the stupid little kiddie pool. So to amuse myself, this is my idea of fun, right? When I get stuck in a situation like this, there's a lifeguard walking around the kiddie pool, and I just started timing the lifeguard.
Okay. Like the shift?
No, like how long does it take the lifeguard to go in a circle around? And it was an average of like 1:40 or something. And so I started to kind of pick up, like, okay, here's the average. And then if it took her 2 minutes, I was like, oh man, that was slow. But then sometimes like she'd make it around it in 90 seconds. And I'd be like, ooh. And sometimes she'd be going fast, and then she would stop and like carefully examine one of the kids and like, no. So I tell this story.
You were really bored.
I was really bored. Yeah. So I tell this story on myself to illustrate the point that when I get bored, and even when I'm not bored, I'm really obsessed with timing things. And I'll do that while I drive down the highway. It's not enough to just look at the speedometer and see, oh, I'm going 68 miles an hour. I like the amount of time it takes me to get from one of those mile markers to the next mile marker. And that's probably not good, because then I want the time to get, faster and faster and faster. So I'm a little bit obsessed with my watch and with timing things. And so that's kind of fun stuff. I take it that you're not quite.
Now, you did get me thinking, because Stacy and I recently went on a trip to La Crosse, Wisconsin, and we bring up like the little GPS thing on the screen in her vehicle, and it will show you your estimated time of arrival. So it's always interesting to see. I like to keep track of that. How far away are we? 2 hours, an hour and a half, and if you can maybe beat that estimated time. So
yeah,
I get it.
And if you can get it to go from an hour and 22 minutes down to an hour and 21 minutes, and then you want to drive faster, and then it's dangerous, and you might get pulled over. So don't do that. But I can't help it. Okay, so those are some kind of funny things, but I think time really does bother a lot of us, and we say things like, I need to make time for that, like as if I'm God. I'm just gonna make time. Yeah, I'm gonna create time. We do get really weird with God and time, and we start to think like in relation to time, we feel like we only have one opportunity for a thing, and if we miss it, like, oh well, what? How could God possibly recover from this incident? I missed it, or you even think about somebody who maybe lives a not very good life, and we think, oh, they wasted their life, and those kinds of feelings get pretty deep into us, and we start to think, well, then you die, and then you're really out of time, and then God can't do anything because you're dead and you ran out of time. And if you stop and think about that, you're kind of saying that time is more powerful than God. And I'm not sure if that's a real safe theological position. But some deep thoughts there. I don't know if we're going to sort all this out today, Steve. This is maybe we need a more intellectual guest for the show.
Hey.
I said guest. I didn't say host.
Oh. Okay.
So we'll make our head hurt a little bit thinking about this kind of stuff. But I've had a couple of experiences in life where I felt like I missed it. Like, and in both cases that really stand out to me, I moved from one state to another and got to a church like 6 months after the revival ended.
Okay.
And people would tell me, oh, wow, you should have been here 6 months ago. God was really moving.
You missed it.
Yeah, you missed it. And I started to get kind of a complex about this. like God's got this big tent revival thing going on, and then he hears that I'm coming to town, and he's like, whoop, better pack up the tent and move on, because we don't want to do the cool stuff while Aaron is around. And like, I can joke about this now, but it really became pretty burdensome for me. We think about things like not doing enough with the time that we have. And we even quote Bible verses like, make the most of the time because the days are evil. And like, there's some truth in some, that is a quote from the Bible. So there's truth in it, right? But we get into this thing where, oh no, I wasn't working 19 hours a day today, so I probably missed something, and we just kind of dig ourselves deeper into this whole not doing enough with the time that I have, saying things like, well, that opportunity is never going to come around again. There's not enough time in my life for that kind of opportunity to come around. And the more I think about this, the more I wonder if maybe I should stop wearing a watch. Which then would, I can't do that, because then what if I'm late for something? Mm-hmm. I mean, I do have I got a clock on my phone. I could look at my clock every once. I could set it to alarm me when I need to get ready to go do a thing. There's a variety of, but like, why am I obsessed with, I wear this reminder on my arm all the time that time is running out. And so I've started to wonder if maybe, I keep thinking about how God shows up in the garden and he says, Adam, Eve, where are you guys? And they're like, we were naked. And God says, who told you that? Mm-hmm. And you go back through the story. He didn't tell them that. So who told us that we're out of time? Who told us that this opportunity can't come around again? Who told us that all of these things? Who told you? So I have a little reflection. I've loved this Bible verse for a long time. It makes more sense to me now than ever before. But it comes from the book of Joel, or Joel, as most people say. The book of Joel. Say it kind of like you're Irish.
I mean, you do have your Notre Dame shirt on.
I do have my, Fighting Irish. We'll be the peace-loving, friendly, cheerful Irish today. So the book of now I can't say it straight. The book of Joel says it starts off with this locust plague and everything gets eaten and it sounds terrible, right? But then God starts to make promises about restoring. So he says, "Be glad, O people of Zion, rejoice in the Lord your God, for he has given you the autumn rains in righteousness. He sends you abundant showers, both autumn and spring rains as before. The threshing floors will be filled with grain, the vats will overflow with new wine and oil." And so there's like things have been bad, but now they're getting better again. And I think at that point, most of us are like, well, I'm glad that things are improving, but it's painful to think of the lost time. And so God says this, "I will repay you for the years the locusts have eaten." I think most of my life I've thought about that as like, I will repay you monetarily. Like, you lost 3 harvests to the locusts and they were worth, $200,000 a harvest. So I'll give you $600,000 in cash to make up for. But what if what if God is actually talking about the time? "I will repay you for the years the locusts have eaten." And I don't even know how this works out. Because when I start to think about time, my head starts to hurt. But what if we're missing something, Steve? What if we're missing something in our view of God and of time? And yes, we think we know we can't go back and relive it. And we can't. But can we? I don't know. This is one of those real talks where I don't have the answers, and I just have to say that. But there's
eternity is a long time.
Yes, thank you. It's a long time, and it also isn't linear. I don't think. I think if you imagine a line, but the line is inside a circle, and so eternity is everything inside the circle. And this thing that we call time is just a line in there. And there's so much more going on. And I think where I'll wrap up is just sometimes it's really helpful for me to think silly thoughts about God being worried or about God being discouraged. Like, imagine God sitting on his throne and there's all these angels and God's like, "Oh no, I just don't know what to do. I ran out of time with Aaron." And you put it in that terms, and you think, well, that's stupid. God is not sitting on his throne wailing and moaning because there's not enough time for Aaron's life or for Steve's life. There's an eternity for him to continue to do his thing with my life and with your life and all of our listeners' lives. So those are my deep, mind-bending thoughts for the day. If they seemed deep to me.
I agree.
So we'll just kind of leave that hanging out there and invite our listeners to go read the book of Joel. It's pretty quick, 4 chapters long, but a lifetime to understand. So you better get started or you'll run out of time.
Just do it.
So do it.
There you go.
I started doing this with the track kids. I'm like, do it. And because they're 13, they think that's hilarious. So we have a great time.
Yeah.
So I think that's it for today, right, Steve. That's it for our show, and we'll see all these friends around on Facebook and the internet and YouTube, and hopefully in person. Maybe come on down and join us at 10 o'clock on Sunday morning at New Life and get to know us a little bit more. And we'll see you around soon.
Sounds good. Again, we do thank, if I get my tongue untied, New Life Community Church in Wellman for being the sponsor of our show, where Aaron is the pastor. And we'll do it again next week. Real Talk on Steve Shetler Media.